Okay, we are back. I would need a motion to move out of closed session.
Make a motion to move out of closed session.
Support.
Motion by Trustee Burton, support by Clerk Winchester. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And motion carries. Okay, there will be no action taken regarding the closed session. And we will go to number 9, the support. What was the, oh, Joe left.
Proclamation.
The proclamation for support for the nomination of Dr. Laurel Legant to the Michigan Women's Hall of Fame. I will go ahead and make the motion. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Trustee Burton. I would open it to discussion. I know this is an emotional thing. Some of us were closer to her than others, but I can tell you she had an incredible impact on the youth in this community, on the adults with the painting classes she had, with damn near anything she touched. Her enthusiasm was hard. When Joe talked about somebody's talking about the last year of her life, that was me. It was incredible to see her one day in chemo and the next day getting on a plane to go somewhere. She had her bucket list and she tackled it. We would be down at Dickens and you would turn and there would be Laura in her outfit. And she even passed out one day down there. But she didn't stop attending. And I said, what an incredible role model. She was at the premiere for the movie. She was everywhere. And then she was on Facebook sick and in the hospital. You'd see a picture of her in the hospital, and then 2 days later you'd run into her downtown. She squeezed every ounce of life out of that last year. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I am so proud to say that this board supports that with a 5-0 vote. We will go to the last public comment for the evening. The rules are the same as the beginning, 3 minutes. As you saw by the earlier one, I tend to be a little bit lenient on that. But we do have the right to have the board extended if we need to. And this one's open on any topic. Mr. Cornwall. I got to ask one question once and for all.
Okay.
Is it Cornwall or Cornwell?
I used to be in the seed business. It's Cornwell. Mark my words, we grow our Cornwell.
There we go.
Okay.
I know it's corny.
Thank you. Well, but it works.
Mark Cornwell, 12415 North Holly Road. Anyway, I've got a few questions I'd like to ask the board. First one is regarding Shannon Fasteners. Having been a trustee, I was one of the trustees when that came before us, and I was one of the ones that voted no. Not because I was not in favor of the business, but because it was going on a septic system. An industrial manufacturing facility on a septic system in an area where there might be very vulnerable aquifers.
But you know that's changed.
It is, so that's my question. Is it on sewer?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
The tax abatement, why was that granted, and how long is that for?
So the tax abatement was something that was worked out at the beginning of their development with the Michigan Economic Development Group and the Township Board at that time. Might have been the one that you voted no, and it was part of the project going forward. The tax abatement, just to be clear, is only on the manufacturing building. It's not on the property. It's not on the distribution center. The next building that they build will be to expand the distribution center. None of that is covered under the tax abatement. So the abatement is only on the manufacturing building. And like I said, that was a joint effort because they also got money from Michigan Economic. And I think it was said that they were bringing 125 jobs was the basis for that. That abatement is 10 years long, and it's at 50%.
So the taxpayers of Holly are still getting their fair share of taxes from that development?
They will, in that 10-year period, we will collect over $900,000 on that building, is what the formula was. That does not include the taxes on the rest of the development.
Okay. Next question, farmstead. As you all know, I'm kind of been opposed to some aspects of the farmstead, not the intent of the farmstead being for the recreational purposes. And I realize that unfortunately the trains left the station a long time ago about citing the Township Hall there. But I still am standing here in opposition of that. And I would ask that you still reconsider that. The soils aren't really tolerant of to have an engineered field for the system there. There was in my mind, an opportunity, if we would have an opportunity to commingle and to work with the village in some fashion, and in proximity and contiguous to the village, because people aren't going to have a way to walk, ride bikes. You know, I don't know about you, but I live on North Holly Road, and I sure as heck don't want to be on a bicycle on that road. Or you can walk, but nobody's going to do that. And where you are now has been convenient. It's not going to be convenient. Expansion capability. You know, if we're going to ever need a public works facility or any other kind of facilities there's no place to put it there. I had heard that there was a rumor of potentially commingling with the school at Sherman Middle School. I don't know where that stands, if that's just gone by the wayside.
It is still there. The problem is they have offered a contract to the village, and the problem with the contract, if I'm not mistaken, is they have a 90-day speak up.
Cancellation.
Yeah, with 90 days notice, they can tell you to move. So
Okay,
you make an investment, you set it all up, and they can come and say, we need you out.
That's
in 3 months.
non-negotiable.
Correct,
So far.
so far.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. Because any way that we as a township could work to share resources, in my mind, for the taxpayers and for everybody concerned, that's a good plan. And I would like to see us doing that, and I don't see that happening where we're going. The last question that I had was, minutes and agenda items. I look for those items on the township website. They were not there. 9th, the last was October. I think I put this out. I took a screenshot of the site, and 2 days ago they were not there. They're there now. The meeting minutes, when I went to look for the agenda for this meeting tonight, were not there till late in the afternoon. That's not acceptable. I don't know what the rules are, but I remember it being that those things had to be posted 7 days ahead of a meeting. I don't know what the legality of it is, but the citizens are not being informed about what's going on, and that needs to be addressed. So with that, I have no other questions unless you have any of me.
All right, thank you. No, only one thing I'll say to you. Our office is open. You're free to stop in. Some of these things, I actually did things. We don't typically answer questions, but yours were so specific, I did. Typically, we don't answer questions in public comment. You're more than welcome to come in anytime to talk about any of that stuff. And you'd probably enjoy some of the conversations.
Okay, thank you. Open door.
Anyone else? Always. Anyone else for public comment? Mr. Feeney?
Pat Feeney, 210 Franklin Street. I'm just going to piggyback on Mark's questions, and that is, has this board officially decided that they are going to go into working with some kind of arrangement with the village on shared offices? I was at the last meeting of the village, I guess subcommittee it is. What is it exactly called, Richard? Well, he's chair.
Community
so-
development, I think.
Community development. And you made a presentation there, and I was wondering, is that a consensus of the board that you would rather see that than something out at the farmstead? That's all I had.
Okay. Anyone else for public comment? Going once, twice? We will adjourn the meeting at 7:45.